Hello from Idaho. We're going to do one of my favorite yoga poses, which is the downward dog. So if you have tight hamstrings or tight calves, you're going to love this. You're going to spread out your hands like pieces of pie between each of the fingers. Spread out the hands and then lift up your hips and shift your weight back. So you notice I'm not over my hands, I'm shifting my weight back like someone's pulling your hips behind you. Now you can bend one knee and bend the other. Hi, welcome, come on in. We're taking a little stretch break for our calves and our hamstrings. Now the calves are the densest muscle per square inch of the body, so they almost always appreciate some good stretching. And you notice what I'm doing is keeping my hips back, not letting the body shift forward, and bending one knee. This lets me isolate one calf and bend the other. For now, I'm also just getting some blood flow, so I'm warming up the muscle. I'm observing how my muscles feel. Is one tighter than the other? You're also going to feel these muscles here, the hamstrings. And to accent the hamstrings, you can bend both knees, lift the sit bones, which are right here, the ischial tuberosity, and then straighten the knees again. Now let's go up with an inhale, both heels, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift both heels, and exhale, lower. Notice that your head is relaxed. Your head is hanging down like a ripe fruit from a tree. Your shoulder blades are wide on the back so that you don't have any tension or congestion in the upper back. So let's lift and lower and coordinate breath with movement. Inhale and exhale, because when we coordinate breath with movement, we are helping tap into the parasympathetic system, the calming response of the body. So let's take another inhale. And on the exhale, lower your shins and take a child's pose. And that's where your hips go back to your heels. If your knees don't like to flex this much, just leave your booty in the air for puppy dog pose. Let's go back to that downward dog, spread out the hands, and then press the hips up. So for each pose, there are a lot of little components that make it a little better. These nuances are so important. So let's lift and lower the heels. And you notice your heels are probably able to get a little bit lower. This time, let's put the left foot on the right heel. That's going to isolate the right side, and you're getting even more of a stretch. Keep lifting your sit bones. Keep pressing your hips back. Now, those of you that are really hypermobile in the shoulders, you're going to make sure that you don't, and I'm just going to show it for a moment, you don't collapse in your shoulder blades and break that line. You want your hands in line with your shoulder, in line with your sit bones. Now, let the left foot down. Place the right foot on the left heel, and you're going to feel that side isolate. Now this is my little bit tighter side. Structurally, I'm just a tiny bit shorter on this side, so that side feels a little tighter. If you have something similar going on, you can stay on that tight side just a little bit longer. Lift that sit bone, press the heels towards the floor. Now put both feet down and see if you can activate, lift up the toes. And when you lift up the toes, that reciprocally inhibits the opposite muscle group. So you're getting even more of a stretch. Shoulder blades are down the back. Take an inhale. And then on the exhale, lower those knees. Let's take a child's pose. We're going to do that down dog one more time. Spread out the hands like pieces of pie between the fingers. Curl the toes under. Press the hips back like someone's pressing on your hips. Hold this, and then let's talk about the wrist a little. Activate the hands so that you're pressing through each of the pads of the fingers. You're lifting the wrist just a little bit so there's a pocket of air underneath the hand. That pocket of air underneath the hand is going to make sure you don't just collapse and hang out in the carpals and the bones. So hold this and let your eyes soften. We're going to stay here 3 more breaths. Esoterically speaking, the down dog is about changing your perspective, going inside to find the answers to your questions, going inside to clear the chaos around you. Take another inhale, eyes are soft. Expand the ribs. Exhale, pull the belly in. You notice you can get a little deeper. Take one more. And on the exhale, let yourself down. You can take one more child's pose and let the low back relax. Thank you so much for joining me for the little stretch break during the day. I hope you enjoy. Have a fabulous rest of your day.